they've broken into the Smithsonian again and trying to fuck the Tyrannosaurus Rex exhibit. Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. Oh, well shit. Good evening, all you beautiful fuckers. My name is Xylen Roberts V. Or is it 6? Maybe it's 7th. Honestly, I really can't recall. I've got a pretty severe alcohol and meth problem. Anyway, welcome to Samsara Junkyard Theater, or Samsara Junkyard for short. Here on Samsara Junkyard Theater, we give you music reviews in the form of bizarre, surreal, thought-provoking short stories. This evening's story is based around the new Ariel Pink album, dedicated to Bobby Jameson. Ariel Pink is a multifaceted, genre-defying eclectic pop eccentric who has been making quirky music since the early 2000s. Let us begin. Oh, that's good meth. I am an Andromedan Anunnaki cowboy, standing at the precipice of the dimensions, caught between the crumbling cassette afterglow of an abandoned mall and a sad cowboy platypus drinking by himself in the parking lot of a building that used to be an Arby's. I am new to this world. I know not its customs. I was left here by my extraterrestrial brethren, plopped down here in front of this abandoned mall. I walk over to the cowboy platypus and ask him his name. He says his name is Duck-Billed Hickok. And me? Well, they call me Xander Cave. I ask Duck-Billed another question. What is this strange noise you are emitting from your car, friend? Well, that, he replied in a heavy Appalachian accent. Well, that's the new Ariel Pink album, The Ballad of Bobby Jameson. No, wait a daggone minute there, that's not it. Hold on, partner. He jumps over to his passenger seat and finds the cassette case, grasping the corroded plastic with his webby blue fingers. It's dedicated to Bobby Jameson. I knew it was something like that. Oh, well, it's pretty. Kinda strange. Something about its lo-fi bizarreness I find weirdly soothing. Like a Burning Man jumping into a pool full of beautiful women selling Pepsi-Cola in the early 80s on a grainy television, I say. Yeah, Ariel Pink will sure do that to you. I also like Ariel because he's kind of tactless, not the most politically correct always, and in a scene increasingly overpopulated with overly sensitive pussy-ass bitches, that's refreshing. Wanna drag off this joint? He asked me. Okay. I take a big long drag off the joint as the lo-fi dream pop of Feels Like Heaven thrusts me into an ancient memory of a Cockatoo Twins cassette my older sister used to play for me back on Andromeda. She acquired it once back in the early 90s on one of her first visits to the planet Earth. Just then, it morphs into the playful 70s funk of Death Patrol. It was just then I noticed out of the corner of my eye a bunch of totalitarian fascists getting groovy off in the distance, further down the parking lot. Blips, my little robot pal, short circuits at about 1:54 in response to the totalitarian fascists off in the distance. Danger, danger, sir! There's a band of far-left feminazis battling some far-right white nationalists further down the parking lot, sir. Also, Santa Claus appears to be trapped in some sort of closet, Blips, I say as the weird 80s German new wave of Santa's in the closet drifts through my ears, immediately bringing to mind Falco. Yes, sir. The totalitarians have trapped Santa Claus in some sort of cosmic time closet, and a couple transvestites are dancing to the Doors-esque bouncing Oregon psych rock of dedicated to Bobby Jameson. It seems like a wild scene over there, man. Although the verses sound like the Doors, the chorus sort of sounds like Nick Cave's Diana, crossed with Deer Hunter or something. This song kind of rocks in any case. Well, Blips, they'll tire themselves out eventually. After all, as my daddy used to tell me, there's a time to live. I stare off into the sunset as the fierce suicide post-synth punk of Time to Live invades my brain. And a time to die. I immediately pondered my own mortality as the epic twinkling synths of Time to Live gave way to grinding noise rock guitars, fuzz bass, and pit-pattering Casio drums. Perhaps today is a good day to, well, you know, cease to exist living in this form. I didn't want to say die because that would be too much like Worf from Star Trek, The Next Generation. Anyway, wish me luck, blips. I'm gonna go break up those totalitarians' pointless feud. As the subtly psychedelic melancholia of Another Weekend played, I could see myself moving in dreamy slow motion as I ran to stop the fighters. The lyrics made me think of my divorce from my wife and the months I had spent sitting in little earth bars in the area, drinking with humble nobodies and sharing in their melancholy. Another weekend out of my mind, I'm either too shy or humble. Another weekend out of my life is gonna get me in trouble. I thought for a second about my ex-wife before plunging into the group of fighting idiots. Every day about 5 in the evening, I think about all that went wrong. We were once so happy together, but not for long. There was nothing left for me to lose. My wife left me. My alien family abandoned me on this fucked up planet. So I might as well go down fighting. It's time for a good old-fashioned ass kicking. The bubblegum punk of bubblegum dreams blasted as I started punching out and white nationalists at the same time, somehow managing to be both politically incorrect and politically correct at the same damn time. Not sure how I managed that. The white nationalists and got in a few punches themselves on me. It was a big old Fight Club 3.0, I tell you. Woo! It felt like a David Fincher film had collided with a Wes Anderson film, like Bottle Rocket or something. Eventually, all the fighting stopped. Feminazis, trainees, ethno-nationalists. Oh, y'all shut the fuck up, would ya? Dance, motherfuckers! This song, Dream Date Narcissist, makes me want to do one of those beachside surf rock boogies, like one of those bad psych B movies from the late 60s. All of a sudden, it turned into the 80s new wave of Kitchen Witch. Gosh dang, can't that Ariel Pink stick to one decade of music to reference? Actually, I'm not bothered by it at all, really. Still pretty good music in any case. Haha, lots of fun entitled Kitchen Witch. Borderline politically incorrect. But who gives a fuck? Not me, that's for damn solar system, sure. Shit! I spot a sad little girl whistling over in front of where a Goodwill once stood. She's wearing an old dried up deer skull for a mask and playing a guitar. Come to think of it, the song sounded a lot like the jangly indie guitar pop of Do Yourself a Favor. It sort of reminded me of the Shins circa 2002. I asked the little girl why she is sad. She takes a break from her song to tell me, I'm learning Venusian white magic and my mommy doesn't like it. I'll see, little girl. Well, you should tell your mommy that at least it's white positive magic instead of dark occult magic, and all of a sudden, we spot the 80s funk pop of acting coming from the abandoned Goodwill and take a look inside through a broken glass. We see a serial killer in a Cosby sweater and a mustache dancing around to the soothing sounds, and as the flute solo comes in, he reaches in with a knife and slashes the face of a guy tied up in a chair. That'll teach you to interfere with my cocaine smuggling business, copper! I'm not a cop, I'm an ice cream man. You hijacked my ice cream truck and kidnapped me, remember? Exclaims the tied up man. Shut up! I'm doing the talking around here! Oh my god, Xander Cave. We gotta stop that lunatic from killing the guy, the little girl says to me. Here's what we'll do. I'll do a zip zorp blip bjork spell, whatever that is, which will allow me to send bright blue laser beams out of every orifice of this deer skull mask. Meanwhile, you can shoot at the guy with your ray gun at the same time. The combined effect will knock him into the next dimension. Sounds like a good plan, little girl. Let's do it. The little girl takes out 2 paintbrushes and starts playing her skull mask like a jazz drum, while whistling the main funk melody of acting. Her skull mask starts shaking erratically, like a virus-stricken CPU unit booting up, blue beams within gathering gradual intensity. "The beams are gonna come out in 3, 2, 1, she says. I switch off the safety on my ray gun and position it at the madman. But, just as we ready to shoot, he sees us and ducks out of the way. The little girl's laser beams and my ray gun shot fire at exactly the same time, disintegrating an old stack of used books instead. One of them was an old Berenstain Bears book. Or is it Berenstein? I can't remember. Damn Mandela effect fucking shit up again. You'll never stop me, fuckers! I'm the fucking Iceman! The deranged madman screams as the Iggy Pop meets Misfits-esque post-punk of Revenge of the Iceman starts blasting. He jumps through a hole in the wall, disappearing in a puff of black smoke. Well, I guess it's time for us to brave the unknown of this abandoned mall, little girl. You game? Maybe it'll be like the Goonies or something, I'll say. The little girl removes her deer skull, revealing glowing white features very similar to my own. Please, call me Jobus. I am your illegitimate daughter. Bam, bam, bam. On the next episode of Samsara Junkyard, will Xander Cave and Jobus catch the Cosby sweater-wearing maniac? Will they encounter a race of underground mutants beneath the abandoned mall? Will Duck-Billed Hickok find an old copy of Fleetwood Mac's Tango in the Night and plop it into his tape player? Will one of the feminazis and one of the white nationalists realize they are both equally extreme in their positions and hole up in the abandoned Kinkos down the street fucking? Tune in to the next episode of Samsara Junkyard Theater for the thrilling conclusion / record review. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. It's a post-meta society. Good night, bitches! I'm crazy. I'm zany. Hi. Did you enjoy that video? Well, I hope that you did. If you did, please subscribe right here in the middle while I'm doing this little whatever the fuck I'm doing. Please subscribe right there. And either up here or up here are going to be either a video or a subscribe button for my other channel, Xylen Roberts, in which I do music videos, skits, and discussions. And up here, where whatever is not here, will be maybe another video, probably not another video for this channel, because this is the first video for this channel, but I mean, it'll be some other kind of video or playlist or something else. Anyway, good night, bitches!